Shut up and sit down.
Howdy guys, this is Andy from Big Mac's Workshop Paint Studio, and it's White Dwarf time. November 2018's October went for a bit of a damp squig, so it is November, and as you can imagine, the front cover of White Dwarf is orcs, which pretty much indicates what's going to be in here. And it'll come as no surprise, it's going to be talking a lot about orcs, especially including the Speed Freaks game. So, open it up, and here we are. Straight up, orcs. Orcs of every different colour. So there's your contents. And Planet Warhammer is more orcs. The Kill Team Commanders thing's getting a bit of a mention. Obviously you've got the new expansion coming out very soon. If not out already. But yeah, we know where this is going. It's going to be the orc White Dwarf. So the one we should have had last month, according to Dodge. I was really hoping for it to be delayed, because that would have made me laugh, but no. So obviously onto the new releases. Codex Orc went pre-order last weekend. All those Orc players will be more than aware of what's going off with that, as is all the normal bells and whistles that come with a Codex release. So normal sort of prices: £25 for the Orc Codex, or £50 for the Collector's Edition. Date cards a tenner, dice £12.50. The dice look difficult to read, but very interesting to look at anyway. So, as always, they're kind of interesting. Mech Boys Workshop, new piece of faction-related terrain. Comes in at 25 quid. I think if I saw correctly, it's around about the 80 point mark. So it's going to be quite interesting to see. And Speed Freaks. Here we go. Those of you who've seen our opening up unboxing video will know what's in here. 2 cars, an handful of bikes, and a bunch of terrain and some stuff. And that retails at £90 UK. Obviously, if you want cheap stuff, check the links below, and you will be able to get a discount on any GW fig you want. So, obviously, more and more Orc stuff now. Obviously, you only get 2 of the vehicles in the Speed Free box. The other variants are available separately. So you've got the Death Killer War Trike at £27.50. The Mega Track Scrapjet and the Rucker Truck Squid Buggy and the Boom Dakar Snazwacken. They are all coming in at the same price of £27.50. So I'm not sure if they're going to be the same kits or different kits for doing various vehicles. But they are very cool figs. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of popularity behind them. And interesting, they come on bases, which, if I remember correctly, are approximately the size of a Knight's base. So now you know what to base your vehicles on if you want to base vehicles. Something I'm definitely interested in doing, because it makes things a lot clearer on your armies for your boundaries for the models, rather than the generic sort of random space savers. So 40k Kill Team Commanders comes in at 50 quid, and it is available right now. So if you are a Kill Team fan, obviously that's definitely a good way to go. And the Faction Commander sets are all £25. Obviously there's only certain ones available at the minute, but from what I can say, they are all getting their own little faction leader variant. And there's a little thing about Space Marine Heroes. Obviously all painted up in the Ultramarine colours, as that is the standard GW paint job. But there's a hidden dude, brother Captain Fasarius, who's not been shown. But they are quite interesting models, really dynamic for the most part. I do like Remus, the missile launcher guy. He's very cool. And the Sergeant's quite nice. Not over bothered about Castor. He's very generic. But the rest of them are pretty cool. And they come in at £5 each. So, interesting models. Slightly more than what you pay for a regular Marine. But, you know, you can get very distinct ones for your army as well to really just make things a little bit more interesting. So, more hobby supplies. So, the assemble handle. And obviously the extra large painting handle. So, the assemble handle is £8 and the paint handle is £12, and obviously the water pot, which is a £5. Now the paint handle, actually the assembly handle looks quite interesting because the amount of time we've all had to hold back on hold onto a model for what feels like quarter of an hour. So that might be a useful addition, and the upgrade of a larger paint handle is definitely useful. Water pot, we've all got one of them, so make us out of what you will. So the latest in Forge World is a new Necron Super Heavy. Looks like some kind of Tesseract spider thing. Well, yeah, let's just say it as it is. It's huge and shooty. I've not seen a stat. I've had a look at the stats. So I can't remember them offhand, but I can guess it's going to be pretty unpleasant to come up against, as it is a super heavy. Licensed games is Total War. We're talking about the Vampire Coast Vampiric Pirates army. Which is coming into Total War. Vampire Pirates. What's just not to like about that? Warhammer Quest has got a End Times variant as well. So it's with some extra characters by the looks of things. Age of Sigmar Realm Wars. It is very interesting. I'm not sure whether it's RTS or... this is just available on Android and iOS, so that's a real-time strategy game for your Android devices. And we have all of our lovely books again. Gochus Grinson is now being advanced into Age of Sigmar, and you've probably already seen Brian Blessed is the voice of Gotrex. And what could be cooler than being voiced by Brian Blessed? What a guy. And the normal stuff as well. We've got a few of the more other new releases. Nothing heresy on this page. So, Concept G-Dub. Apparently there is a question to Gazgul, which is interesting. That's a whole new one. So yeah, there's readers' letters, and Temporal Distort is back to 2009, when it was a huge battle between Orcs and Guard by the looks of things, including many Stompers and other unpleasant vehicles from the Imperial Guard as well. Necromunda Underhive. Okay, so if you're wanting to advance your Necromunda stuff, planning on your next army, wondering what to collect, or maybe even thinking about painting your very first model, here's a regular guide to getting started to our new army or game. This month we descend into murky industrial depths of Necromunda, where a vicious Genghis war is underway. So it's just a bit of information about your where to start if you're going into Necrons, and a little bit of fluff about the individual factions. Adverts, meh, we're not interested in them. So, Black Library, the stories of Gotrek and Felix. They date back a long time. The first one being released in '99. So, Gotrek's got a long career of smashing stuff about, and it has got a hell of a lot of books in his catalogue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18 books all in. So, unless I've missed one or two, yeah, that's a huge back catalogue of Gotrek Göransson smashing things, and it's good to see that they haven't got rid of the old stories. What we like what we like. So, orcs, eh? Well, here we are. So, obviously, talking about the variant different vehicles what are available to the orc kits. The War Trike and the Snaz wagons coming up first, and the ever cool Scrapjet, which I just love the stupidity of it. It's an aeroplane without its wings. I mean, that's ace. And you've got the other two, which are the ones what you get in Speed Freaks as well. Now here's a bit of information on how to play the game itself, Speed Freaks. Now we are wanting to have a crack at it ourselves, so in the near future we're hoping to get a video of that, because it looks like a fun little game for, well, it should take like an hour maybe. So, Classic 2018, more Golden Demon Award winners, and we have got some absolutely stellar work here as always. Just absolutely outstanding stuff. The Regan Reavers Blood Bowl team here, which took silver, is stunning. And you've got some trolls in the bottom corner, which was a bronze placed diorama. Again, absolutely beautiful stuff. And wow, this Nazgul here is very interesting. Really, really interesting paint scheme. I do like that. More adverts. Yeah, let's move on from that. So, there's a 40k battle report, and it is Tau versus Orcs, as you'll be unsurprised to see. Now, that is 145 power game. Obviously, GW use power ratings rather than points. But I'm going to skip past that because I don't want to spoil it. Adverts. And the Ultimate Guide to Destruction. So, Destruction's Age of Sigmar's, one of Age of Sigmar's factions with the Orcs and the Trolls and the Giants and such in it. And this is just an information about what to get and how to get the best out of your collections. And Hall of Fame. And the guy's got some interesting choices. He's thrown a lot of more recent figures into his selections. This Lady Yolanda, a very nice looking fig. I would say he's too recent to be put in the Hall of Fame, as is Ivrain. But that's my choices, not his. But he's also got a little bit of information on what he does, how he paints the faces of his models as well. But he has chosen for his entry into the Hall of Fame is the Gaunt Summoner. Having painted one of them recently, there is a hell of a lot of details, a very weird fig. I quite enjoyed it. So yeah, whether I would have picked it as a Hall of Fame candidate, I'm not sure, but it's definitely an interesting one. Jay Clare talking about the gaming aspect of Middle Earth, including the allies, etc., and talking about the various different army benefits and how to use them. So he has got a collecting on Holy Crusade of very coolly based models with some Nurglings what are, well, dancing on their bases in purple, which is just bizarre and very, very cool. So obviously this is some kind of demonic army with all the random atrocities what come across in demon armies as well. So quite clearly this is more focused towards Age of Sigmar, as you've got the Skaven dudes with big guns. Storm Fiends is what they're called. That's the first time I've ever actually had to find out the name of them things, so as I don't actually know it, many people who play Age of Sigmar, I definitely don't play it myself, although the models are lovely. And John Blanche with his monthly look into his psychosis, as his ever more unhinged stuff just continues to amaze me. I do like the craziness of his stuff and all the people who are inspired by him as well. It's awesome. Raid on it's a battleground. So we're talking about a display here now, which is Iduneth Deepkin invading orcs. Of course, why not? Got to have a big fight with orcs once in a while, and this is sort of a beachhead assault, which is very cool. Paint Splatter is going to be talking about, well, who would have guessed it, orcs, eh? So, and their energy globes and the interesting different details on how to get the styles right for orcs, such as the flames, which is something what I did actually wonder how it was done. So it's definitely worth a look if you wanted to learn how to do the orc style fire. And obviously an in-depth look into how to paint with different clans as well. More and more orc stuff. So this is kitbashes. So this is a orc truck with an extended what's the word? With an extended troop capacity, I suppose. Yeah, cool. Okay, this is a looted wagon. Now, looted wagons are not in the codex, from what I've been led to believe, but they will be in the new chapter approved. Hopefully there'll be interesting rules on how to create your own little wagons, and there are also rules for looted carts, and I'm going to say this loudly enough for Dodge to hear it, special rules for battle fortresses.
Ooh.
So yeah, interesting stuff. Readers models, let's have a look. And we have got some awesome stuff. A very nice AdMech Dunecrawler thingy with loads of battle damage. And as you guys know, if you watch our stuff, I like stuff what looks like it's been in a war. So that really does appeal to me, that does. Some lovely ring wraiths and some other nice models. A nice big unit of Urukai, which you can't go wrong with really, because Urukai are wicked. Onto the White Dwarf guides, etc. Some more random articles about different bits and pieces what have been thrown in by people who work for GW outside of White Dwarf, etc. And Robert Gilliman. No, it's not. That's Rogel Dawn. I'll get it right. Rogel Dawn and his mates. Quite cool looking Imperial Fist army. So on the run-up Christmas, we've got a whole load of adverts for Christmas, new bundles coming out to make collecting easier, etc., etc. A hell of a lot of Age of Sigmar stuff as well. The obvious box games that are coming out as well. New battlefields. And the new terrain pieces from the different factions. And that, this is that's this month's White Dwarf. So obviously the Orc players are going to be all over that one. Everybody else, not so much. So obviously, if you're interested in cheaper toys, again, as I said earlier, check out the link below. The Outpost is a good place to get all your stuff from. Really, really good value for money. And also thank you to Joe Spearpoint, Rob Pates Models, Warren Brunsden, and Ludwig Hofbauer. Thank you for being our Patreons, guys. You are awesome, and we shall see you in the next video. Please check us out on Facebook and Patreon. Every little helps. Thank you, guys, and catch you later. Bye-bye.